suicidal murderers of the innocent. Sad that even now in this 21st century time, as humanity evolves on through its technological adolescence, that there's still gullible humans alive out there who recklessly permit devious other fellow human beings to do the basic thinking for them. And, not surprising, these manipulators of the lost and weak-minded have a far wider agenda than the fragile lost souls they soon train and control by teaching and preaching that blowing yourself up amongst innocent civilians for some perverse, selfish, not selfless, perceived reason will bring you instant glory in some bizarre, merciless, for most, eternity. What a spiritually naive thought to think some vengeful, hateful, all-powerful, fundamentalist God somewhere on out there could ever exist that would love and welcome you and, if of a certain religious persuasion, with numerous virgins too. All this for becoming a terrorizer and murderer of the innocent, and, in their God's name, shame, they will never grasp the mental anguish and eternal torment of knowing they could never ever have arrived into such pathetic, mystic, selfish irrationality. In my ever-humbling, reasoned opinion, if any prevailing advanced extraterrestrial civilizations or so-called gods exist or existed at all, their resilient, intelligent, aware powers could only have been won and held within nature through love and enlightenment. Never ever hate. Any aspiring higher cosmic civilization with hatred, like an Abrahamic God has for a sizable percentage of his own fallible human creation, would always lose the plot, just like terrorist bombers, and self-destruct into eternal nothingness, long before they could ever eternally resurrect even themselves, let alone be willing and able to resurrect and reward naive, rampant murderers of the innocent. Such indefensible, vile, suicidal violence can, though, soon turn and bite you back, as many innocent Muslim civilians and over-political Islamic religious zealots are now finding out from Morocco, Algeria, Lebanon, Jordan, Egypt, Yemen, Iraq, Iran, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Tunisia, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Uzbekistan and Indonesia. It's now mostly Muslims suicidally blowing up other Muslims, and caused by their own religiously biased political extremists and the hundreds of years of infighting over their Islamic Shia-Sunni divide. Is Islam really a so-called religion of peace you can and free will submit to if you want? or a political religious cult that demands submission from all, then peace on some conniving, warped, archaic, arrogant terms. We're all born skeptics, and even now in this knowledgeable age, still far too many in childhood are manipulated by archaic, manipulating blind faith believers who mostly themselves were generationally manipulated from less generationally aware times to perpetually build up emotional ties to an imaginary entity. As Albert Einstein said in his obituary, "I cannot imagine a God who rewards and punishes the objects of his own creation, and whose purposes are modelled after some of our own mythology, a God, in short, who is but a reflection of human frailty. Neither can I believe that the individual survives the death of his body, although feeble souls harbour such thoughts through fear or ridiculous egotism." In this time, when advanced weapons of mass destruction now virtually can be carried in a suitcase, and suicidal murderers won't hesitate to use them if they ever can, maybe even taken out entire cities with an inevitable reprisal, massive violent counter-attack, which then may regurgitate some real or perceived injustice all over again. Then what? Armageddon for at least a nation or two? And then what? We collectively grow up past our human adolescence, or perish. Let's let anyone's God of real worth and creation sort out his or her own self-created fiends, as they alone could and should, when their own flawed creations become too displeasing for them. If you believe your so-called God is so all-powerful, then they won't want or need at all the help of warped, gullible murderers. So let's let humankind freely and knowledgeably evolve enough to cultivate humanism and sort out our own self-created fiends, including all synthetic realities of all persuasions on this, our increasingly enlightened, overpopulated, over-religious, over-polluted, under-freely informed and just, nature-blessed, one and only, pale blue dot, space rock, Earth. Cheers.